Okay, babies, so we are going to continue in the second hour. We are going to begin, as I was telling you, with the review, grammar review. So I am going to explain what you have to do in order to do it. I am going to share with you my screen and I am going to explain it. Today we are going to have the review of past simple and continuous. So I want to know, what do you remember of past simple and continuous? Sophie, what can you tell me about past simple? Tell me something about it. What do you remember?
Sorry, I don't understand you. About what?
Past simple. This second hour and the third hour, actually, we are going to be working with that. The review of past simple and past continuous. So, baby, what do you remember of past simple? What is that?
Okay. Uh, well, uh, past simple is when you use we use past simple. Sorry, when we are going to talk about an action that start and in general ends in the past, and it's like it's when I don't know how to say it. It's for say that some action or some place have a part in the past, yeah, with a relation of the present simple that are the contradiction. And yes, it have to with use s and yes, I don't know how to say it in other way. And the past continuous is like when we use
No,
an
just simple,
example.
just simple. Stop there. Just simple. By now.
Ah,
So, yes,
okay.
past simple is to talk about something that is finished, that is in the past and that is over. Okay?
Yeah.
We have two kind of verbs in past simple. So, Laura, what are those kind of verbs? What happened with verbs in past
Regular
simple?
and irregular verbs.
Okay, can you please explain it to me? Regular and irregular?
Okay, regular are like that don't change if we change the verb to the past, and irregular is when the verb change his form when we pass to other
Okay.
time.
So that's it. When you have irregular verbs, you have to change the structure. When you have regular verbs, you just have to add ed at the end. Okay, don't forget that. So basically that's it. Past simple, to talk about finished actions, you have regular verbs, irregular verbs. So that means that you have to memorize the irregular verbs if you haven't. Okay? Now let's talk about past continuous. Daniel, what do you remember of past continuous? What is that? What is past continuous? What can you tell me about it? Do you have your microphone? I can remember. Please type to me, Danny. Do you have microphone or not? No yet? Okay, I'm not sure about him. So, Sarai, can you please help me? What is past continuous, baby? What can you tell me about it?
Um, we can use past continuous for talk about things that we make before, and we can use like a time. ¿Cómo digo? Can I explain?
Okay, let's finish with Sarai and then you are going to continue, Martin, okay? So, Sarai, close your idea.
How do you say determinada?
Determine or specific.
Like in
And specific.
a specific hour, yes.
Okay, specific hours. Martin, can you please continue with the explanation?
Well, from what I know that past continuous is when you explain that what you were doing in the moment something else happened. Like, I was playing when this happened, or
Okay, but now you are talking about interrupted actions. We are not there yet, todavía no hemos llegado a eso. Just tell me, when do you use past continuous? In which cases do you use past continuous? Martin.
When you want to say what you were doing,
So
like
when you
I
have,
was playing,
that's it.
I
When
was
you
playing that
have
day.
a specific action that is in the past, that is over, but that it has some time of continuity. Yeah? You have a duration time with that action, but it's over, it's in the past. So Martin was saying something important. You were talking about the structure. Can you please tell me how can I build this verbal time?
In a positive way, it will be like subject, the what was where, the verb with ing, and the complement, I think.
Okay, so here is something important, guys. Every single time that you have this word continuous or progressive, you know that the main verb is going to be with ing. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's present, if it's past, if it's whatever. Every single time that you have continuous, the verb is going to be with ing. And as I told you, like some months ago, ing is super in love with verb to be. So you have to use the verb to be plus the verb with ing. In this case, as you are talking about past, you are going to use the verb to be in past, of course. So as Martin was saying, was and were. Juanes, when do you use was? When do you use were? In which cases? Was and were, baby. When do you use it?
Was. Oh,
Okay, let's begin with was. You have some subjects that goes with was and some subjects that goes with were. So can you please tell me which subjects use was?
mm, ah, subject is I and that.
Okay. You use was with I. What else? ¿Con qué más utilizas was?
Okay. Uh, from she? No.
She, yes. What else?
Okay.
Two more subjects. Third person, you know it.
They.
They, no,
No.
not they. The third person, so he, she,
He.
uh-huh.
She.
He, she, it, and
Um.
I. In this case, you are going to use was with I. And the other verbs are going to use were. So how to make continuous? Was and were plus the verb with ing. Do you have any question up to this point? Nope. Okay, Samu, can you please give me an example in past simple? Just a sentence. In past simple, whatever you want.
Teacher, I listen so
Can you please repeat, baby?
my internet so bad.
I can't listen to you in a good way. Can you please write it in the chat? Because it was, you have like the communication a bit bad. While you are writing your example, I am going to listen. Juana. Juana, can you please give me an example, a sentence in past simple, baby? Are you there, Juana?
Okay.
Go ahead,
In
princess.
past simple?
Past simple, yes.
Yeah. In past simple?
Yes.
I run, run in the
I run in the park. Okay, it works. Sarai, can you please give me another one? Another example in past simple? So, Samu, just write an example in past simple. Escríbeme un ejemplo en pasado simple. Go ahead. That's what you have to do. And while you are writing, I want to listen Sarai. Sarai, can you please give me another example in past simple? Are you there, baby? Let me know that you are there. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
They were friends.
They were friends. Okay, that's easy one. So they were friends. Really good. Now that you have past simple, we are going to continue with past continuous. So, Sophie, can you please give me an example in continuous? A sentence.
A sentence in what?
In past continuous. Just an example.
Okay. Okay. Wait. 1 minute.
Okay.
She. I don't know. She is
Past. Don't
dancing.
forget that is past. So
She was dancing
she was dancing.
in the school.
Okay, just let it that way. She was dancing.
Or she was watching a movie.
Or she was watching a movie. That's it. Okay, let's check the example. I went to the park. Yes, Amu, that's it. It's okay. Believe in yourself. Okay, she was watching a movie. Now, Martin Segura, can you please give me another example in past continuous? So don't forget subject plus verb, verb to be in past plus verb with ing. Go ahead.
She was eating a hamburger.
Okay, she was eating a hamburger. That's it. So past simple and past continuous. Martin was saying something earlier. He was saying that you can use it to talk about interrupted actions. And yes, the answer is yes, you can use it. The thing is that you can use past simple and past continuous in the same sentence. Do you remember? And when you are talking about interrupted actions or these kind of actions, you can use when and while. What is the meaning of when? Who can tell me?
What is the meaning of what? Sorry.
When. What is the meaning of when?
When? Cuando?
And what is the meaning of while?
Of why?
Mientras. That's it. So, we can use these two expressions when we are talking about interrupted actions. So let's check this example. She was watching TV when her mother called. In this example, what is the action that is interrupt? Who can tell me? She was watching TV when her mother called. What is the action that is interrupt? The fact that she was watching TV or the fact that the mother called? Who can tell me? Go, who can tell me? What is the action that is interrupt? Martin Grajales, what is the action that is interrupt? You know it.
Which sentences? Can you repeat the sentences, please?
Yes. She was watching TV when her mother called.
When her mother called.
Is that the action that is interrupt?
No, watching TV.
She was watching TV. That's it. So every single time that you have this kind of sentences, the action that is interrupt is the one that goes in past continuous. Why? Who can tell me why? Why the action that is interrupt is the one in past continuous and not in past simple? ¿Por qué? Who can tell me? Laura, what do you think that is happening?
Because of a specific time that start and finish it?
Not really. Actually, because with past simple, you have something with duration. You have continuity. Yes? So you can interrupt an action in past simple because it's over and that's it. It just happened. But when you have an action in past continuous, when you have something that took some time in the past, you can interrupt that action. Okay? You interrupt something that has continuity, not something that it's really over. So that's the reason why. In this case, if I have this, This example, she was watching TV when her mother called. You are going to use when because you are explaining that the action was interrupt. But what happened with while? When do I have to use while? What do you remember? Who can tell me? If I use when to say that something was interrupt, how can I use while? Who remember that?
We something that is happening the same moment.
Okay, that's it. You use while when you want to talk about two actions that were happening at the same time, but that doesn't interrupt anything. So for example, you can say, I was doing my homework while my mother was cooking. So you have these two actions, these two actions are over, these two actions had some time in the past, like duration, but one action didn't interrupt the other one. Does the fact that you were doing your homework interrupt the fact that your mother was cooking? Laura?
No,
Not really. So in those cases, you use while. And if you realize when you have two actions happening at the same time in the past, you use past continuous. Okay, so when to interrupt, while, when you want to talk about something that were happening at the same time. Questions up to this point, babies? Did you remember past simple and continuous? Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to apply this knowledge that you have. How are we going to do it? We are going to do it with a short writing activity. Each one of you is going to receive a specific historical event. Do you know what is the meaning of historical event?
Evento histórico.
Evento histórico. So I am going to give you a historical event to each one of you, and the idea is that you must create a story of someone's life on that event. So for example, if you receive Second World War, you know that in Second World War you have Nazis, you know that you have Holocaust, you know that you had Hitler. So you had a lot of things on that historical event. What are you going to do? You just have to invent the story of someone who lived there. So, for example, you have this Second World War, and you want to tell the story of a soldier who ran away from Hitler. So, you can do it. You are not going to follow a specific format because this is not an article, this is not an essay, this is just a free writing. Okay? If you want to do it on your notebooks and then to take a picture and upload it, you can do it. If you want to do it in a Word document, you can do it. You don't have limit of words, you don't have limit of pages or a minimum or a maximum. It's just your creation. You just have to follow three main rules. The first rule, you have to take into account the historical event that I am going to give you. If you have no idea of what happened on that historical event, you just have to look for some information about it to read a little bit, and then you are going to be able to write your story. The second rule is that it has to be your own creation. You have to invent it, own creation. Just write the story of someone, but you have to invent it. It can be real. And the third rule, that is maybe the most important one, is that of course you have to write this story by using past, simple, and continuous. Okay? And that's it. Do you have any question about the activity that we are going to do or not?
Teacher, sorry.
Tell me.
All of the text needs to be written in past simple and continuous?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other question? No more questions? 100% sure? Okay, babies. So I am going to assign your historical events. Please take note because I am not going to repeat. Okay? I am just going to give it to you and that's it. So, babies, let's begin with Danielle. Please type on the chat. Are you ready to receive your historical event, baby? Danny? Yes or no? Please say something on the chat. Okay, I am going to give you a historical event. You have to take note. Okay? Because I am not going to repeat the event. Yes? So please let me know if you are ready to take notes of your historical event. That's it. Ready, baby? I am going to take that as a yes. So, Danny, your historical event is atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay? So, Danny, atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's it. Let's continue with David. Baby, are you ready to receive your historical event? Yes or no?
Yo quería ese.
English, please. Okay, ready, baby, to receive your...
I want this. Yeah.
Okay, baby, you are going to have Chernobyl disaster. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead. Chernobyl disaster. Let's go with Ivan. Ivan, are you ready? Okay, baby, your event is Apollo 11. You are going to talk about, or this is your historical event when humans reach the moon, Apollo 11. Okay, Ivan? Okay. Let's continue with, give me 1 second. Juanes, are you ready? Okay, Juanes.
Yes.
Your event is Attack on Pearl Harbor. Attack on Pearl Harbor. I am going to send it to you through the chat.
Eso es de la Segunda Guerra Mundial, ¿cuál es?
That, yeah, it happens on the Second World War, please use English. And it is an attack. You have even a movie of that. So that's your event.
That is of the kamikazes y eso, ¿no?
Yeah, it's related to that. Okay, let's go with Juana. Juana, are you ready?
Yes.
So, baby, you are going to talk about the First World War. The first one. Okay? I'm going to send it to you through the chat. So, Juana, World War First. Okay. You have to decide, you have to invent the story of someone who was living that moment. Okay? And you have to do it in past simple and past continuous. You just have to take into account the historical event that I gave you. So you can tell me the story of whatever you want. You have to invent it, but it has to be located in that moment of history. Okay?
¿Una historia en relación a esto?
Yes, tienes que inventarte la historia de una persona que vivió eso. You just have to decide whatever you want, but taking into account past simple and continuous and the historical event. And that's it. Okay?
Hay cuenta del evento, no de una persona en general.
So go ahead, Juanes. Attack. Okay, let's continue with Laura. Laura, are you ready to receive your event?
Yes, teacher.
So, baby, your event is the Great Depression. Okay? Great Depression. Let's go.
You can read it on the chat, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
The Great Depression, it was like you have 100 movies about it. Great Depression. That's it. Let's go with Martin Grajales. Baby, are you ready to receive your... Yes?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, baby. You are going to talk about the Armenian genocide. Okay? I'm going to send it to you through the chat.
Okay.
Armenian genocide. That's it. Let's go with Martin Segura. Ready, baby, to receive your historical thing? Okay, you are going to talk about the Second World War. Have a lot of material on that one. So in your case, Second World War. Let's go with Samuel. Samuel, are you ready to receive your historical event?
Yeah, no escucho
Tell
muy
me.
bien el mío.
Second World War. I wrote it through the chat.
Okay.
Te lo escribí en el chat. Okay, Samu, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, baby, you are going to talk about the fall of Berlin Wall. Fall of Berlin Wall. You have it in the chat. Okay? Let's go with Sarai. Princess, are you ready? Sarai?
Yes, teacher.
So, baby, you are going to talk about John F. Kennedy murder. The murder of John F. Kennedy. Okay?
Okay.
And finally, Sophie, are you ready to receive your?
Yes, teacher.
So, baby, you are going. Actually, I am going to let you decide. You can decide between the Titanic and Nelson Mandela, elect president of South Africa. What do you want to talk about? Titanic or Nelson Mandela?
I don't know. I guess that Titanic,
Titanic?
because Nelson Mandela, I'm do that in other grades, so I know
Okay.
very well the story about Titanic now. So I think that I want to
So,
do a new.
okay, go ahead with Titanic, baby. Okay, let me check the chat. Okay, do you agree with that, David? With the proposal of Daniel? He is saying that you wanted to. Do you agree with the proposal that Daniel is wrote on the chat?
Yeah.
Because he is saying that he wants to talk about something different, and he wants to give you the bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because he knows that you want to talk about it.
Do it.
Okay, so David, you are going to talk about the bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and Daniel, you can talk about that topic. Okay, Laura. Okay, baby, you can change it. You can use that one, Laura. But it is specifically this fact, the moment where he was elected president of South Africa. Is that moment, okay? So,
Teacher, I can choose the like the time before, but I don't say it, but
the
I
thing
can
is this
choose
one.
the time before and after he was elected president.
The thing
But
is this one.
only
The moment who changed like the story of South Africa was the moment when he was elected president. Before that, many things happened, but those things happened in order to help him to arrive there. So maybe you can mix a little bit the stories, but you have to, in some points, you have to mention the fact that he was president. Okay?
no, I prefer the Great Depression.
Okay, go ahead with the Great Depression then. Juanes, English, please, you
Me
can do
vas a
it.
escribir de la llamada. Ah, ok.
Give me 1 second because I can listen to you in a good way. Can you please repeat?
Que me voy a salir de la llamada porque pues no escucho muy bien y ya hay trabajo. Entonces.
Okay, baby, please.
¿Dónde monto eso en el phone?
Yes, baby, but please don't leave the call. You can mute us all and please try to speak in English. I want you to be connected again at 10 and 15 minutes, Juanes. Because you are not supposed to leave the call. Okay, guys, if you have any question, just open your microphones and let me know. David, do you have any question?
No, señora.
In English, please. Thank you. So guys, please go and work. If you have questions, just let me know. Don't forget that you don't have like a limit of words or something.
Teacher, where is ¿Cuándo te entregamos esto?
This is today's activity in class. So we have this hour, and of course we are going to continue on the next one if you don't finish on this one.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam, in English, please, guys, speak in English. Oh my God. So what do we have to do? We are writing a story taking into account the historical event that I gave you. Okay? So Sam, what is your historical event? Tell me.
The fall.
So you have the fall of Berlin Wall. If you don't know anything of the fall of Berlin Wall, you just have to look for some information about it in order to be able to write your story. You have to invent the story of someone's life, someone who lived that moment of history. And you have to write a story by using past simple and past continuous. You don't have a limit or a minimum of words. You just have to write it. You don't have to follow a format. You just have to write your story. And that's it. Okay? That's it.